Legion, it's Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more Civilization 6 Gathering Storm in our Carthage series. We are sieging Kumasi slowly. We have it under siege, so it can't heal, but Rome is defending it quite well. Notice that their defenders are somewhat less plentiful than they were an episode ago, though. And we're in the process of adding more defenders ourselves, as well as just trying to the best of our ability to improve the territory we have and stay in the game in general, because we are behind the rest of the civilizations in just about every way. So it's a little bit disorienting, but I talked in the beginning of the last episode about kind of how that occurred. So I'm just going to do my best, given the hand that I've been dealt and the hand that I've dealt myself, to pull this victory out, if we can. Oh, there we go. There's Rome's plentiful defensive units. And they have a crossbowman that just took out my swordsman that was defending that flank. I believe that was a level 2 swordsman, or level 3, rather. So not the best turn of events. Oh, man. Our spy was killed in Nazca, which things are just going from bad to worse. We had a spy trying to fortify, or not fortify, but a foment unrest mission in Nazca. So we've killed that barbarian there, but dang. All right, well, let's see what we can do. Taj Mahal would be really nice right now if we had time to build it, but I think we're going to need more than that. They're bringing a lot of mounted units down, so I think some additional pikemen are going to be in order. Let's go ahead and we have a couple things we need to do. I'm going to move this crossbowman into position here. Let's move this swordsman into position there. This pikeman there. I can't, of course, kill the Roman trade units because of their Golden Age bonus. We noticed that in the last episode. But I can continue to fire on Kumasi with my ranged units, which are still, at the moment, well defended. I'm going to have to keep an eye on them as they get closer, though. Alright, so there's a Nazca Knight up here. I'm going to have to watch them. I have some units in play within the next turn and 2 turns that will be able to possibly defend against that knight to some small extent. It will be coursers versus a knight, so I will have to be mindful of that. Speaking of coursers versus knights, it might be time to go ahead and attack these units. The issue is if I don't attack... See, the game is lying to me right now. It's making it seem like maybe, just maybe, I could attack that crossbowman, but I don't think that I could. There we go. Alright, so they also have another courser on the road. Level 4. So that knight is now in danger. If he survives, I'll be impressed. Alright, let's just do some damage to the closest unit I can. I want to keep that pikeman there, because defending the ranged units is essential while we wait on additional units to arrive. This swordsman just needs to stay fortified. That pikeman needs to stay there, so if they get the funny idea of attacking the swordsman, I can stabby back with that spear. You're wise to leave our neighboring city-state to us. Well, I kind of have the Roman Empire to deal with, Pericles. So... Alright, that knight is, I believe, dead. Or was that our knight? Oh, that was mine. Okay. Now what are you going to do with that, is the question. They killed the knight that was there, but they didn't kill the one that has the... Never mind. I was going to say, clearly you can kill that unit too. Alright, well, that was hurtful. Let's have this unit heal up, and this one. So obviously we need more mounted units. Start training a knight in a nook. Unfortunately, with the death of those last units, Kumasi is no longer under siege, so any damage that I do to the city as the game is ongoing will not necessarily be kept. I'm going to move this swordsman here, not because I want to, or not because he's going to be particularly safe there, but because he will defend the flank. Alright, now I can bring this unit down, or I can use them to defend against Armagh and level them up here. I think I'd rather bring them down to the actual fray, though. Let's move them one turn at a time, so I can make active decisions. It's kind of a habit I've gotten into, if you haven't noticed, with Civilization 6, is that I tend to move units kind of one turn at a time, rather than making long-term moves. Unless I know for a fact, like in the case of these guys, that I want them to go to a specific position X number of turns away. Man. Okay, next turn. Refuse. Goodbye. Okay, so they're attacking my swordsman here, and also my crossbowman. That's not good. Alright, surprise, surprise, they are trying to hit the bombard with everything they've got. I've probably got to back it out if I want to save it. This knight is going to be problematic as well toward that end. Let's go ahead and move the bombard back. Let's see, what's the smartest move? If I had one more turn where I felt safe, I would keep the bombard there and fire and just level them up. But I don't feel safe. Alright, if they come and kill that bombard, they're going to have that guy to deal with. Is there a Roman trader just casually wandering through my territory? That's a brazen move. Alright, now this is actually going to hurt me a little bit. I am not going to use my skirmisher on that knight. I just want to get a little bit of combat experience with this courser. Speaking of that, I can move that one into play. And then, do I train? I need another spy now, but that's not as important as some of the other units I need in position. How about we have another swordsman training up, since I have been losing those at a fairly rapid clip. Now, it appears I have a knight here that poses a direct threat potentially to that bombard, so I could kill it. Let's do that. This pikeman has gained absolutely zero combat experience as of yet, interestingly enough.
In a market economy,
There we
however,
go.
the individual has some possibility of escaping from the power of the state.
Thank you, Sean. All right. We still have the +1 production cities in all... +1 production in all cities policy. I kind of want triangular trade, but I'm okay with my current gold income given the trade I have going with Egypt. Man, I just wish I had some niter in my territory. We don't really have time to train settlers at the moment, but we have to. Let's go for enlightenment so we can move towards nationalism and core units. That's going to help turn the tide as we move towards endgame here. Now, one thing I could do to potentially slow down this assault. I'm not a huge fan of this. I'm going to move this swordsman back. And if they attack, they're going to have to deal with this crossbowman and this catapult. So if they kill it, it's at their own peril. It's at the peril of whatever units might be in the area. All right, let's go ahead and get that improved. So we finally have wine. Also, I have the crabs here that I can improve for some extra gold per turn. Nice to finally have a builder, right? We're going to explore up this direction if we can. Metal casting is almost done, but it's not going to matter too much because we need niter to train these. Pike and shot don't require niter, though. That's nice. I thought they did. Alright, so Cleopatra's offering 1 niter and 1 gold. That she wants me to open my borders. Okay, fine. Nubia offered me something similar a bit ago. No. Alright, they are trying to kill the units in this area. So, okay, that was... I'm not sure I understand your logic there. Because I now have ranged units in the area that can gain experience from killing your most powerful units. Alright, Trajan is offering peace. I'm going to say no. That's good, though, because that shows I've got him on his back foot.
Don't judge someone
even though it doesn't look like it.
You've stood at his forge and worked with his hammer.
I'm causing him more war weariness than he is causing me, I think. It's probably about even, to tell you the truth, but still. Okay. I can eliminate this guy for good. Let me think in terms of giving units experience. Could have also given that courser some experience there. Okay, I thought this bombard was promotable, evidently not. Well, that's annoying. Hang on then, in that case... Alright, I can definitely kill that guy off with the crossbowman. We're going to kill that guy off with my... Courser. Alright, good. So we are getting some era score for these combat victories at the very least. The bombard is not promotable. I thought for sure he had a promotion. Oh yeah, that's right. He's one attack away from getting a promotion and we're trying to save him. Important distinction, I suppose. Alright, so... You need to pillage that for health. And you just need to stay put. As do you. So that went reasonably well. I think that was a fairly poor move on Rome's part, because he's now lost some of his more powerful units that he had just brought down to join that fight. So why don't I go for... See, I want to go for the Venetian arsenal if I can. It would be nice to have a wonder to give myself some era score. Alright, Tyre is once again able to train. Tell you what, let's... See, I need a settler. I need to focus on, you know, getting a city up in that direction ASAP. But we need to train some builders to get the cities just producing better in general. Because we've been so focused on building these military units that, well, we've suffered a little bit. Paid the price. We're going to keep that pikeman fortified. This crossbowman can move to Anuk. What else can this builder do? There's a lumber mill area that can be built. I'm glad I at least got Alhambra. I had honestly completely forgotten about that. That's a feather in my cap for this series, at least. All right, let's see what Rome does. Let's see how many more defensive units they have waiting in the wings. Yeah, Kumasi is currently recovering from any damage that I did to it. So that's the downside of everything that's happening. We are, you know, kind of wearing Rome down, but we haven't actually freed the very first... We haven't accomplished our very first objective, which is more than a little frustrating. Okay, well, let's move you and then promote you, first of all. Alright. Extra combat strength versus Anticav. Now let's do ranged and siege. Pike and shot. Let's go ahead and start training some of them up. Meanwhile, this bombard is going to move all the way back to Utica just to make sure he's completely protected. We'll move you back to Anuk for the same reason. Now, this is a little dicey. I want to save this crossbowman. This is a high-level crossbowman. And I don't know that I'll be able to, because they can move this crossbowman out and finish him off no matter what I do. So I'm very likely, I think, to lose this crossbowman. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move my units that are helping to siege the city out of position. I really don't want to retreat from this. This is discouraging. All right, I think I might be able to take... Yeah, the city can fire and the crossbowmen can fire, so if they decide to go all in on one of these units, it's dead. But I want them to kind of cover the retreat of my crossbowmen there. Oh, wait. I could promote you to a caravel, but that's not necessarily the best use of my gold at the moment. Especially if my income bottoms out. Alright, lumber mill, extra production, and our mass production boost. And a barbarian musketman is over here. That's not good. Let's see if this crossbowman could potentially help with that. Alright, well, we've got some more exploration to do up here. No. Open borders with Alexander. Aw. Thanks, Cleo. It's the one time Egypt's cheered me up. Okay, so this pikeman's now promotable. They are not going after the crossbowman, which means I was able to get him out.
Labeled, packaged, mass-produced is neither truth nor art.
If I can get a lucrative peace deal from Rome, just kind of lick my wounds and then come back and hit Kumasi once I've got more powerful siege units, I think I can do this more effectively. I just hate that it didn't work well the first time. Alright, extra combat strength versus melee units. You do have a lot of melee units in play, so yeah, let's do that. Meanwhile, we're going to put this courser there, just to cover for any nonsense that you might try and throw my way. See, Kumasi actually doesn't have that many defenders anymore, but it might be partially because Rome feels like he's beaten me. Alright, let's move you all the way back. And same with you, and then we'll move the battering ram back. So the pikeman is in a little bit of danger at the moment, but I can use this courser to help protect his retreat in the next turn. Very discouraging, but we are moving towards having field cannons and cuirassiers, and if we make peace with Rome, then I might be able to get that city for my niter that I kind of badly need at the moment. Do I have a shot at Potala Palace? I mean, I can try for it. I don't think I have a shot, but... Alright, we can definitely take Nazca out of the equation right now. Oh, no, we couldn't, because they have 13, not 11. I could get additional gold for my markets and lighthouses. Let's go ahead and put some envoys into Antioch. I think I will pursue peace with Rome as soon as possible. So, history repeating itself a little bit. Carthage getting its butt kicked in the Punic Wars. But that's the key thing. Wars. There'll be a second one, and it will presumably go a little bit better than the first Punic War. Presumably. Oh, wait. Just to be on the safe side, I'm going to put you completely in the city. A little bit worried about that barbarian musketman. We almost have our spy done up in Leptis Magna. I'm still calling it that. Alright, so... let's get you down... Oh, hello, we got some cocoa there, too. Let's go improve that. Cocoa was hiding from me. You want 8 iron, and you're going to give me 10 diplomatic favor. Okay. Alright, they do have more units, come to find out. And of course, they have no one else to attack but the pikemen. So if the pikeman survives this onslaught, I'll be impressed. Alright, so Trajan is willing to give me 43 gold per turn for 30 turns. 3 gold, 10 diplomatic favor, and a great work of writing. I'm going to accept this deal. If Trajan is willing to cede to that to us in that regard, it gives us an opportunity to lick our wounds, establish a niter-producing city ASAP. Matter of fact, I'm going to switch production in Anuk right now to a settler. I'm also going to switch production in... I'm going to build settlers everywhere. We'll let the dam continue here. I will use the queue for the first time. And queue up a settler after the dam. In Tyre, we will do... Hello, I want to select the city. Thank you very much. We're going to do a settler there as well. Now, a settler in Lipikui will be done quite quickly. Let's queue up the library repair after that's done. And then maybe build medieval walls. We can also use the multi-queue to really see what's going on across the entire empire. Alright, so we're no longer at war. But that doesn't change that I have a lot to do. Why don't I go ahead and... I have room for more traders and builders. I think builders are going to be needed in Kitty to help the city grow. And we're going to be resuming war, I think, very soon. As soon as we can pick it back up with Rome, we will. Let's see how long that's going to be. Alright, so it's going to be available in 8 turns. Turn 156 is when Rome will be available for a surprise war. And of course we cannot... well, we can denounce them, actually. I'm going to go ahead and denounce them. And that will probably cause some civilizations to be frustrated with me because it seems like I'm being aggressive. But once I free Kumasi, which I promise I'm going to do, damn it, that situation should turn around slightly. Hopefully. Maybe. Glad to see I finally have a spy in play again. I have a pike and shot ready in Kitty. Okay, let's send you to Nazca, and we're going to fabricate more scandals. That's a relatively low chance of success, which is why our first spy died there, but we've got to try and deal with that issue. We've got to throw everything we've got at reducing that. You really piss me off sometimes, Alex. Do you not see what I've been doing for like the past 3 or 4 episodes? Seriously. Why are you giving me crap right now? Serious question.
To nature is contrary to reason, and whatsoever is contrary to reason is absurd.
Alright, extra gold from buildings and commercial hubs. 50% if city population is 10% or higher. That's tempting, but I think I'll keep the production bonus as long as I can get it. Or do I want to have the production bonus towards settlers so we can have new cities as soon as possible? I mean, the +1 production in all cities is probably working just as well toward settler production, maybe? Let's just keep that, because it's not going to be long before we're looking at other things aside from settlers. Merchant Confederation is tempting. If we can build... what's it called? This thing, Potala Palace. I might institute that policy. But, alright, nationalism. This is going to let me train up cores. It's going to help in my attack on Rome. Ugh. Hate that went so badly. Okay, this builder can definitely train that there. And then I think I had a builder heading down this direction, right? Oh yeah, that's right. We're going to get that cocoa improved. So at least our amenities situation is decent at present. And let's continue looking around all the way up here. We're going to be able to move them into the water shortly. Nice.
Astronomy is much more fun when you're not an astronomer.
All right, so the skirmisher was, or that barbarian skirmisher attacked the crossbowmen, unsurprisingly. But that just gives me an opportunity to deal more damage to them and maybe level that crossbowman up. Yep, perfect. All right, now I would like that lumber mill in place. Scientific theory is, I think, what I need to go for. If I can get the Oxford University built, that could help me catch up technologically, given all the shenanigans that I've been facing. Many shenanigans of my own making, I confess. Again, I've been playing the game mostly in a modified state that caused perhaps some silly decision-making. Let's see. All right, we've got you as a pike and shot now. Very good. All right, now we just need these guys to heal up. And as soon as we have a settler in place for this niter, we can institute a policy that increases our niter production. World Congress has begun voting. Duplicates of the chosen luxury grant amenities, and then extra production towards buildings in this district. Okay? Well, right now, what am I building? Mostly settlers, and not buildings at all, but hang on, let's take a quick look at where there might be buildings available. I'm really confused right now. Hang on. Oh, I'm in the middle of World Congress, so I can't actually make choices. I was like, why can't I actually change things? It's because the World Congress is going, but I can see what's happening. So, well, see, that's frustrating because I would really like, ideally, I mean, medieval walls are in the city center, so maybe it's city center that needs to be boosted. And then what do I have multiple amenities of? Let's see. I have 3 amber. So I don't have a lot of diplomatic favor. I would rather go all in on the city center and see if we can make that happen. If we get amber, great, but... Okay, so just proposed that duplicates of amber with my free vote should grant amenities, and we get double production towards buildings in the city center, which will help me with wall construction, given that I only have ancient walls in most of my cities. All right, good. So amber didn't pass, but city center did. And on that note, I will go ahead and stop this episode here. In the next one, we are potentially going to resume our war for Kumasi. We're definitely going to settle up here, so we might have to take one more episode to kind of lock down our territory and make sure that we're in a good position. But I feel like that'll be a nice city to have built up and fortified to protect my niter, give me some additional income. There's even some turtles out there if I could find a way to position that well. I don't know if there is a way, but there's an oasis there. So maybe, just maybe there is. Because there's some sheep, niter, crabs, and turtles if I put a city right there. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Lots to think about. It's going to be tough for that city to grow if I did that, but as soon as we possibly can, we are going to go back to war with Rome because we can't wait any longer. It's 1600 AD. Game's flying by, and we are kind of in last place-ish. There are some other civilizations hanging out with us in last place in civics, but I have a feeling we're probably lowest on the totem pole. So in order to catch up, we are going to have to conquer some of the other empires. At the very least, Rome, possibly Alexander as well, just because we hate his face, right? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time. After this one, it's going to be every other day at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.